Hey family, it's Brittany Bell with another Power Parent moment. All right, COVID's still here and our kids are moving back into our homes for their virtual distance online learning experience. Don't panic, I got you. We have 3 things you need to consider when creating organization for your kids' school day at home. Here we go. Hey family, I'm so glad that you're back with us. Today we're going to talk about how to organize your child's day when it comes to being a virtual student. It is super difficult already to be in a situation where your kids have to be at home. We don't want them at home having to struggle when they're used to being in a school situation. But since they're there, we are in charge of organizing their day, not their teacher anymore. So here we go. Now, as a mom, I struggle with this with little children. All right, this has been difficult when you're trying to get your kids into a routine and you're trying to make sure that you are doing things that their teacher may want you to do. I also struggle with this as an educator, trying to get people in a screen to do what I want them to do and continue learning. It is difficult on all sides. So I am here trying to, in the next 3 videos, going to take you through some things that are super important to make your kids successful through this process, right? We've been doing this for 2 years. We should be masters at it, but unfortunately that's not the case. So if you are here, if this is your first time being a virtual student, or however, maybe you weren't a parent during that first 2 years, maybe your kids were maybe in daycare and now they're in school and this is looking a little weird for you. If this has happened to you right now, let's quickly get into organizing their day. Tip number 1, schedule everything. Do you hear me? Focus in. Schedule everything. You need to create such a detailed schedule that it accounts for really moment by moment. I know that may freak some of you out, people who do not live by rules or struggle keeping routines. I am with you, kindred brother or sister. I am with you. I'm not that person. However, when it comes to replicating what your child may be experiencing at school, they have routine. They do the same things each and every day. That creates structure for your child they are used to. Remember, when they're at home, it's kind of loosey-goosey already. This is their place to relax. This is their place to kind of chill out. So if you just kind of pull them out of the bed and maybe today we'll get started at 8 and maybe tomorrow we'll get started at 10, it's not going to be successful over the long run. What you're going to probably run into is a lot of resistance and a lot of behavioral issues popping up if you do not keep a tight schedule. I would definitely have a very clear start time and a very clear end time, just like they have at school. Super advice right here, a little bonus advice: contact the teacher. Whatever schedule they're following at school, you may want to use that as inspiration to schedule their learning time at home. Those little bodies are used to taking on a schedule, so do not be afraid to do this. Don't think that you're stressing your kids out. Oh, they need some time. No, the best thing, especially for their mental health, is to try to keep the same routine and try to keep things as normal as possible. Tip number 2, exercise and physical activity. You got to get that body moving. Now, when you roll out of bed, the first thing you don't want to do is sit there and get in front of a computer and just stare at it for hours and hours on end. You need to get your body up and moving. So when you have that schedule, when you create that schedule, well, the first thing that you should probably do is work in some type of movement in the morning, be it dancing or yoga or whatever the movement is. Get their bodies moving. It is scientifically proven that once we get that blood flowing, it puts us in a better space where we can think. Put your child in the best position. Do not pull them out of bed and set them in front of a computer and expect magic to happen. It's not going to happen. Let it go. It's not going to happen. Get them up and moving. And this gives you an opportunity to kind of get your own body moving. Get in the groove with them. You do it, they do it. It's a super cool relationship that in bonding time that can be added in right before the hard work has to begin. All right. Last but not least, number 3, you got to schedule in breaks that they want to do. All right. Ask your kids, what do they want to do to have fun? These can be used as a reward base. So if your kid's a gamer, Schedule in 30 minutes of gaming, maybe after 2 hours of learning or an hour of learning, depending on the age group and what's developmentally appropriate for them to go in regards to their learning time. Make sure that you put in a break that they want to do. This is a great motivator, right? Kids love working towards things, especially things they love. So don't pick one of your little activities that they probably don't want to do. Ask them, inquire about the things they want to put during their break time where they can take a brain break, relax, and then have the recharge, the energy to go back into their learning environment and try it again. All right. I mean, that was quick. Number 1, schedule, detail everything, write it out. I left out a clue there. I'm going to put a bonus tip right here. When it comes to scheduling, make sure you have it written out where they can see it. Yes, visualization is so important. Having that visual aid there where they go, okay, all right, it's 9 o'clock. This is what I have to do. At 9:30, this is what I have to do. It helps them move and progress throughout their day. And at the end of the day, also making them feel very accomplished. All right, tip 2, get that body moving. Move. Make sure you're definitely moving first thing in the morning to get that brain activated and put them in a mind frame that they can get the work done. All right, last but not least, remember number 3 was plan for some fun. Create breaks that are full of things they want to do. Put those breaks in there, schedule them in so it can act as a motivator when your kid is going forth and having to stare at this computer, unfortunately, all day long. But at least they know they can have intervals to where they can have some breaks. All right, you can do this. Organize the day. Use these things to help create organization around their virtual learning experience. Hopefully, you will not be in this situation very long. Trust me, your teachers hate it as well. And I hope that you can take these things and make the best out of it. If you have any value from this video, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you can be aware of all the content that we have coming for you. Look out for videos 2 and 3 as we share more tips on how to function during virtual learning. I hope everybody stays safe out there. Remember, love your kids, and smart starts at home.